Hey, what's up? Test 1 2 3. Wanted to say hello. Talk about my YouTube channel a little bit. Gonna be heading to right now I'm in Georgia. I got about 65 miles. I'm sorry, about 65 miles to Jekyll Creek, Jekyll Island, St. Mary's, and then I'll be coming into Florida, Amelia Island, Fernandina Beach. Not looking forward to that little spot there, that freaking tide there. If you catch the tide wrong there, slow boat to freaking China, you know. People are walking on shore faster than you're going, or I'm going. Right around the the Coast Guard station. From the Coast Guard station to Amelia and the inlet there. Holy jeez, don't that freaking tide run. Seems like I run into the bucking the tide a lot there. On one side or the other, you know. Once you get on the southern side and come up around the corner there in Fernandina Beach, geez, you catch that tide wrong, it's just, that makes for a long freaking day. You're better off just throwing the hook and waiting for the tide. So that's what I'm doing here. Actually, I was bucking the tide on the way here. Just come from Skidaway Island. Did the Publix run. Excuse me. Got to use a golf cart, so I was able to get some heavier stuff that I needed. Not much. Only had enough. I got some dog food, which is a wonderful thing, and basics. Instant coffee. I've been drinking friggin' Perk coffee, and I make it through the cup and all that. My coffee machine broke a long time ago, and it draws a lot of power, so I get a fire generator up. It was like Mr. Coffee, and this actually is much better. I pour the coffee down through the filter, and I stir it, and it comes out. I mean, it's good coffee, but what I bought was the freaking Taster's Choice. Oh, I love that shit. The French roast is better than the breakfast blend. And I bought a bottle of that, a jar of that. Having a coffee right now. Pretty tired. Not much sleep again last night. Just a lot of things going on at home. All kinds of drama. A lot of stupid shit. My son had another set of twins. We got word of that. 3 sets of twins. Can you imagine? What is this? Must be in the chicken. You know? The hormones in the chicken or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because I fed him fish from the time he was a little boy. My children didn't do any grub. They did straight up haddock and potatoes. Cod and potatoes, monk and potatoes, lobster, seafood. From the time they were infants, potatoes and fish. You know, it's essential to the human brain development. There's omega-3. You know, teach a man to fish. You know, and he should be able to eat the right food. That's all I eat. That's what I attribute. I won't say my health, but with all the crap that I pump through my system, I'm still healthier than most of the family and cousins, and doing pretty good. Been a rapid decline lately. Not too bad, but some signs of different things, which are concerning, but you know what? Rock and roll. What are you going to do? Go to the doctor? You can't go to the emergency. You know, I mentioned this before, the old COVID ward. So, that's my story. So tomorrow I'll fire up early. I'm potting along. I got a little bit of fuel till Monday. So I've been running 1,200, 1,300, So if I'm bucking the tide, I'm doing 4 knots. It's real slow boat. But I'm not burning any fuel at all, like 3/4 of a gallon an hour. So that's cool. And I can stretch this out till Monday till I can get fuel. I'm trying to get to the cheap stop. Cheap, $2.99. Everybody else is $3.50. I see some up $3.80 for diesel. And then some of these marinas, gasoline, freaking $4.39. I saw one spot. You know, tomorrow's the big day. All the gas monkeys, they worked all week. They're coming out. Center consoles with the friggin' dualies, 3 friggin' Yamis, 3 Suzukis, 3 Mercs. That's a lot of fuel. They're burning. You know, I heard the Jim Shop fishing show out of Key West on 104.1, US 1, I think they call it, the station out of Key West. 6 o'clock on Thursday nights. I enjoy listening to that. It's all about fishing, sport fishing, but he's got a giant catamaran, friggin', I don't even know, 1,200 horsepower. It goes. But they talk all the stuff that I love and have a passion for. The coral reefs, the protection of the coral reefs, the closed areas, how the fish run, where they're running, where he's fishing. They're slamming tuna right now. I think he mentioned 10 or 12 fish. A friend of mine had 11 fish last week, tuna, small bluefin. And, oh, they might have been blackfin. What did he say? Anyways, you catch them, that's a freaking, you'll fall down on deck laughing. It's so much fun. You know, and the mahi is the mahi. I heard they've been getting some giants lately. A lot of small ones up in the shoal of water. They're deeper water, I think he said like 700 feet. So I would call that 100 odd fathom. They call it feet down here. We call it fathom offshore. But yeah, that's where they've been chasing them, just south of the Keys. And freaking blast! I can't wait to get there. I got my crab trap ready. I got a pinfish trap ordered. My friend's gonna pick it up when it gets there. You know, cheapo trap. But pinfish trap, they fill up, and that's what you use, live bait. You know, it's killer, it's deadly. So instead of cast netting and all that, I'll just go haul my pinfish traps. And then on the side, you could sell a few. You keep a barrel of them, or a trap of them. You got to have a special trap. If you keep the square traps, they bang the corners. That's why a lot of the bait barrels are round. They swim around. Same with like live cod, live fish, round tanks, square tanks. They bang into the corners. They kill themselves, so they hurt themselves, disorient themselves. But yeah, my pinfish trap. I've been towing my plug lately, but I haven't caught a thing, not yet. But I'm inshore also. I'm freaking in a lot of murky water, and I was going to go outside, and they were talking about friggin' light and variable Sunday, and so I was going to leave here, or the next inlet, and go from here in the Atlantic straight down to Fernandina Beach. But going offshore, they said light and variable Sunday, but then coming easterly flow. So easterly flow, just with the tide and the current, it gets sloppy. You know, sailboat, you can cut right through that. Flat bottom trawler like this, like a ping pong ball in a coffee can. It's no fun. And I've been there and done that, so I really won't gain a lot of time. You know, I'm not going to gain a ton of time. Like this, I stop off at night. If I do a run like that, if I left here, I think it was 80 miles to Fernandina by Atlantic. So 80 miles, might even be more than that. Call it 100 miles. For me, that's a long run. And the overnight is, I'm not into it anymore. I was, but I like stopping. Like I'm stopped now. It's, what is it, 5 o'clock, something like that. 5 o'clock, I burnt up some hamburger. I got a couple coffees, a few cigars, a couple blunts, you know. No medicine for the blunts, but I friggin' enjoy these. I got hooked on them. The boys, my kids used to go up to Montreal and get the nugs before, when we were doing Mexican and Colombian and brick stuff. My kids would come back from Montreal and Vancouver with nuggets, but they kept rolling them in these things, and I was like, dude, you're ruining the freaking what I love about it, the taste and my medical stuff. But then I started smoking these blunts, and I fell in love with them. I love them, you know, nice big fat blunt, 2 grams of medicine, and so here I am now, hooked on them, better than the cigarettes. I smoke one, you know, every 4-6 hours, 8 hours. They don't last long. I don't buy a lot, 2 for $99, but I enjoy them. So when I stop, I have a couple cigars, some of this delicious coffee, got some hamburger. I had some fruit. I ate all that. I ate all the grapes. Those grapes sucked. They were tiny grapes. Last set of grapes I got, I like to say it was up Virginia. They were freaking huge. Huge and perfect. You know, you bite into them, they pop, they explode. These were reds, and I like the red ones, but they were tiny and viney. The vines were real thin vines and stringy. They weren't the type, but all American grown, so they say. You know, and so no fruit right now, but I just thought I'd say hello. Hopefully I can upload this to my YouTube channel. I was having trouble with memory, so I cleaned up my memory a little bit, but I didn't want to delete too much. I got some pictures. I got my last 3 phones, or my last 2 phones, I lost valuable pictures, stuff that I really wanted. You know, family, all kinds of good stuff. So I'm being more cautious here. I uploaded them to the cloud. I have them on Google, what's it called, Google Photos. I don't want to lose them again. I got pictures of my babies. I got pictures of my nieces and nephews, my family. You know, just stuff I love. Unks, mom and dad, just great pics. And I lost all them. I drop them overboard. Phones go overboard. Gravity don't quit on the boat. It's like the shades. When I was a kid, when I was fishing, when I was fishing, $200 glasses, I'd lose friggin' a pair a month. Gargoyles, friggin' Vanets, overboard all the time. Thousands of freaking sunglasses. Now, I got the 2 Amazon, 2 for $20 off Amazon, UV. They're badass. They're nice. They scratch easy though. I like the auburn color. Like I wore skiing. Those are the only colors I could wear skiing. My goggles were like that auburn color. And it kills the shadow on the moguls. Same here. The auburn, like the blue rays, the blue you can see down into the water. You can see fish. The other colors, it's hard to see. You get reflection. But the 2 colors there of these lenses, so these lenses I have here now are nice. But one of them, and I only got working with the left eye here, and they're already scratched, which is a bummer. But I'm pretty vicious with them. Same with my reading glasses. I get worked up, and first thing I do is when I pull them off my face fast, I break the reading glasses all the time, or I pull them to where the lens pops out, and here we go. I spend more money on freaking super glue, gluing my glasses. I don't have any glue. I got 2 pairs right now. I'm doing pretty good. But, you know, God's plan. I slow down a lot. I do things a little more methodical and Italiano piano piano. You know, easy. Take it easy. And it's working good. I got a fly, 1 fly. I was starting to talk the other day about my fly strips, right? I became a master hunter with my fly strips. Because sometimes you'll have flies and you hang the fly strip and you don't catch. They don't start catching. They do if you lay down at night, the dark, maybe they run into it or whatever it is. They start catching. Once they start catching, you'll catch flies. But the trick to it is the freaking creamer. I take a fingertip full of creamer, the powdered creamer. They freaking love that. They'll come from 200 miles and land on your cup with the creamer on the rim. I put it on the fly paper, starts fishing immediately. Flying, we'll call it flying. Fly fishing, right? Fly fishing. Right now, this one's got to go. It grosses me out, but I got to utilize that to the max. I'm headed tomorrow into some real buggy area. So even though it's coming northwest, northeast tomorrow, I think, the northerly flow, drier, less bugs. No mosquitoes right now. I saw a couple of them big green heads, but not many. So it's a wonderful thing. This time of year is wonderful. You know, no bugs. Summertime when you're sweating and you're getting bugged, it's friggin' Chinese water torture. So anyways, tomorrow, if I decide on staying, I might pull my valve cover and torque my head down. These Lehmans, you're supposed to torque the heads every 500 to 700 hours. And I don't think I even have 500 yet, but what the hell, I'm sitting here, I might as well. You know, preventive maintenance, get her done, you know, and that'll kill the day. I got 2 days to kill, like I said, till Monday for that fuel stop. It's $2.99, and that, if I take 150 gallons, it saves. It helps. Everything helps. It's a shoestring operation here, you know, and it helps. I need, you know, oil. I got my filters. I'll put them in when I get fuel because I need fuel to top them off. Prime the injector pump, and that's another thing. The injector pump, you're supposed to change that oil when you change your main lube oil. You change the injector pump oil in these Lehmans 200 hours. Last time I changed it, it was a little fuely. It was, you know, it was thin, but she's still putting along. You can hear them when they're running thin on fuel. Lube. You can hear them when you're thinned out. They tap the injector pump. So that's like that's like a friggin' half-hour job. That's nothing, and it feels good. It feels good when you're lubed up. Everything's good. That was key on the big boats. That's all we did was lube. You get on the engine room. We had a manifold full of grease fittings. One to the shaft bearing, one to the intermediate bearing, one to the freaking coupler bearing, you know, and you pump 7 shots in them 3 times a day. That was a rule of thumb. That's what we do. Just keep pumping oil. Oil and fuel is the key to success. And filters and clean fuel is the key. And she'll run forever, you know. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. See how I feel in the morning. See how I get to sleep tonight. I'm in a real nice spot right now, flat calm. It was blowing out there, a little bumpy. Sailboat passed me. He's headed to where the Gulfport, St. Pete. That was his home port. They're leaving early this year. But now there's a sign of a hurricane there. I haven't got the update right now. Hurricane Sam. Captain Sam, the real captain, is forming down in the freaking, I don't know if it's off Africa or is coming up into the Caribbean, but she's intensifying as we speak. Winds up 70 knots, I believe, right now, or they're expecting that tonight. So keep an eye on that, but no biggie. It's not coming to the end of hurricane season, but you can fly now and you'll be good. That old man and old lady that passed me a little while ago, I spoke to him a while but he wants to get to Gulfport. He's in a slip in Gulfport City Marina, so he wants to grab up his slip before the snowbirds fly and there's no slips, because the last couple of years, if you get there friggin' after Thanksgiving, there were no slips available last year. Nowhere. Mooring balls, no mooring balls. COVID. People got on their boats and they flew. You know, social distancing, yeah, we got it. We can social distance, you know, and that's what they did. A lot of them went down to the Bahamas and social distance, you know, so we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoy this stuff. Give me a like, right? That's what they say. Subscribe on the button below. I don't have any buttons below. I gotta get me a laptop so I can edit all this stuff and start doing good videos, great videos of all this stuff. A drone right now, you shit yourself. It's freaking gorgeous, right? It's gorgeous here. I went by an Osprey Marina. That's up in South Carolina, right? I went by an osprey's nest, and that was a big one, but it was a huge nest on top of a channel marker, and he stuck his head up, and then he flew around me. They're telling you, stay clear, beat it. Might have chicks on board. Either way, freaking take your breath away. Take your breath away. And now, I was up top, I got a broken stove valve on my propane stove. It's not broken, it's frozen. And I don't want to get too gorilla with it. I got a stove standing by in St. Augustine for me with an oven. I don't have an oven. I'm going to put an oven in so I can pop my chickens in. I love shit in the oven. You know, never let your meatloaf type of deal. And so I got to run up top to shut my propane off. I burn everything up, make my hot water for coffee. I just cook some hamburger. I get everything done. I make 2 pots of coffee. One's in the cup, 2 cups, and then I make another one. My sister gave me a freaking, it's not a Yeti, but, hold on a sec. How is it? We got glasses there. We got glasses. This thing, I'm telling you, what I do is, and I bought a few of them, Ozark Trail. I never bought a Yeti. I have a Yeti cooler. This is a Manhart, right? Manhart cup. Check this thing out. This is the baddest thing on the freaking planet, because when I go to bed, I'll make a coffee. All right, I'll burn some water up, and I'll make a coffee when I lay down, right? And when I get up for P number 27, I usually get up around 2 or 3, and I stay up till 4, lay down another hour, because I'm really still tired. That's better, yeah. And when I get up, it's still freaking hot. It's still hot. It'll stay there all day. Today, I made a pot of coffee. I went down to Publix. Came back, filled water jugs. I got freaking 20 gallons of water, of drinking water. And when I got back on the boat, I think I'm running out of power. When I got back on the boat, it was still freaking hot. So that relieves a little pressure, so I don't have to burn a pot of coffee right away and start building shit. I get on the boat, I fire up, I leave, I have my coffee, and then when I feel like it, I feel like it. So, and you got to see this. By the way, I'll let you go, but check this out. This is my fan, right? Friggin' Frankenstein. She seized up on me, right? I took her apart, cleaned her all out, and she's working again. I had thrown her out on the deck and figured I had already ordered a USB fan, high-speed USB fan, 4-blader. It was so hot the other day, I says, let me try it again with the generator. So I got more power than my inverter. I got a 1000 inverter, right? And they don't have the womp like the freaking AC. I plugged it in. I gave her a kickstart, like the old freaking, remember the Cox airplanes, the gasoline airplanes, or the fueled airplanes, bam, bam, you fire them up like that. I got her running again. She's blowing on me right now. Doggy's right next to me. She's freaking, Doggy's all set. Look at, Doggy's freaking loving her freaking life. Right? You cool? Shabba. She's not feeling too good. She's not feeling too good. But, yeah, I got my fan fired back up. I get a kick out of it. If you saw my generator, the same thing. Freaking 4 years old. I brought it up to camp. They ran it up there. I broke the freaking valve off the aluminum tank. Right? This is about my third generator. I'm down to a 2,000 because it only burns a gallon in 8 hours. And that's all I really need. Originally, I started with a 3,500 with a 12,000 LG portable AC. But you know what? I hate AC. I don't need AC. I need a fan. So I didn't need the 3,500 would burn 2.5 gallons at least in 8 hours. My generator now, I'm telling you, if you saw it, I'll get some pictures of it later. I might even post it in another video on YouTube. But talk about freaking Frankenstein. Yesterday I had a epoxy, the governor, it's been running so long, the governor rod from the governor armature coming off the cam to the carburetor, right? It's a stainless rod, and the holes on both the governor armature and the freaking carburetor are as big as a freaking pencil tip. They're huge. So now the freaking rod was popping out, vibrating, pop out, you know, and it was constant. First time I puttied it, it worked, but then it wore out again. And yesterday I got the old JB Well because that's all I had on board. I usually have other epoxies too, just tubes, and I can't tell you how many times it saved the day, the epoxy. And I epoxied it. Now she's running like a freaking charm again. I'm telling you, this generator's a freaking riot. I'm just waiting now. I expect it. I know what's going to happen. You know, it is what it is. It's freaking $180 originally. Now, if you look online for a Sportsman 2000, they're up $280 at $250. Since the pandemic, they went up quite a bit. That's like 25%. They went up 20%. All the generators went up over the pandemic and whatever type of freaking storms we had and all that. So on my wish list, I have a Honda or a quiet inverter generator, a Yamaha, a freaking Champion, whatever. The Champion and the Yamaha are around the same price, $500, $550. But they're quiet. This is loud. But it is what it is. It's still running. And fixed income, she's doing the job. But I'm waiting. I'm prepared for it to put it to rest. But here we are, running my fan. I'm running on batteries right now. I got lead acid batteries. That's another problem. No solar panels. Wish list. Solar panels. You know, that's a $700 piece between a couple batteries. I'm not going to go lithium batteries right off the bat. They're freaking $700 a piece, $500. I think I saw them somewhere for $350, but you get what you pay for. So that would be $1,000 upgrade. But you got to have solar panels. You know, I'm well educated in them. I just haven't been able to pull it off because every time I go to make the move, it's another $300, $400, $500 pot, and that's part of the bizzo. Anybody who whines about broken shit, the youngs used to say, it's all broken. It's just waiting to reveal itself. So now go fix it and wait, because something else, you'll be doing something else tomorrow or later. And that's how this goes. Everything's moving and rotating and vibrate. Breaks. Everything breaks. Staring. I don't even want to get on the list because I better shut my freaking mouth. But I know, and he knows. I'm on God's plan. Whatever's next is next. I'm on it. That's God's will. I do God's will. Get down there, jump down the engine, put my freaking engineer freaking costume on, down the engine room again. I can still do that, even with the busted ass, busted hips, neck, all that. I can still go down and play with engineer, which is a good thing. And I don't even mind. The busted hands with the neuropathy, when you're motor guy, you got to be able to feel heat, sense heat, sense movement, sense air. And that's a problem for me. You see that piece of friggin' finger? Yeah, that's on one of the boats. You know, blood, sweat, and tears. That's what this all takes. You know, if you think you're going to sleep a lot doing the cruise of life, stay home. Keep the picture on your desk and go get a room at the freaking Hyatt. Call room service and order up the Perfect Storm on freaking Netflix. You know, and there you go. But if you want to go cruising, you got to be prepared for all this, like the 50-knot breeze the other night. That's going to happen. Don't get scared. Get fucking ready. You know, be prepared. Listen to the weather 24/7. Any skipper knows what the forecast is 24/7. That's all you do is listen to the weather. And it changes. You know, summertime's even worse. You get predominant winds in the winter. Summertime, microbursts and you freaking, who knows, in the bushes. I haven't been in the bushes yet. Jekyll Island, I ended up in the dirt because it was blowing freaking northeast. It was the wind versus the tide. And a ripping tide over there. I woke up at 2 in the morning for my coffee and check on things, 2-hour nap. And here I am right next to the freaking dirt. I mean, literally could hit it with the freaking gaff. But it drops down 20 feet there right away in Jekyll Island, south of St. Simon's, you know. So, but I can't see at night. So, Cito, they showed up, hooked me up, towed me right to the freaking dock right there, the free dock. I couldn't see it, so I was compromised. That's a problem right now. Right now is my vision at night. Visibility goes to 0. So they come and pick me up. So that was ending up in the dirt, and not due to negligence. That's God's plan. Tide and current and wind, screeching gale and northeast wind. Jekyll Island, watch that freaking channel. The ICW coming down from I forget the name of the inlet, but that's Brunswick, Georgia. That's where that car carrier capsized. I don't know if anybody's following that, but a full car carrier capsized at the mouth of that Brunswick inlet. I don't know the name of the inlet, but you can figure. I'm not good like that, but I can tell you every depth and every buoy there. So when you come through there, you come into Jekyll Island. Jekyll Island, sailboaters, buddy, don't do it on a low tide. Because I just make it through there. As you come around the corner, the first left, then you come around and you head it right south. And before the bridge and the marinas, there's a spot there that's, my machine goes off. It'll go right to 4.5 feet. And then it goes blank. And I would say it's maybe 3. I only draw 3.5 feet, so I'm not sweating it, but I'm sweating it. I like to see what the freak the depth is. You got to have a depth finder. You don't,